There's Synth Drones. Today we're going to be talking about protecting your synthesizers. Hi, I'm Pure Ambient Drone, and this is my channel where I vlog about synthesizers. Hit the subscribe button, tap the bell, keep up with all of my synth adventures, and pureambientdrone.com is the place to be if you want to connect with me. Like the clean shaven look? Yeah. Hey man, if we're going to be in the apocalypse, I might as well look good during it, right? So protecting our synthesizers is so important. A lot of people like to put dust covers on them, and I'm really bad about doing that. I used to be very specific about putting dust covers on all of them, but the problem with that is I'm a lazy guy when it comes to making music. I just like to get right into making music. So with that being said, I don't want to pull everything off and then put it up and get it out of the way and then put it back on. I watched a video of somebody, I don't even know who it was, but they were somebody really big in the music world, and I thought I had dust on my stuff. Whew! This guy had dust like it looked like half an inch thick of dust, and his stuff was running just fine. I don't know. Dust covers are very important if you have allergies, and I do have allergies. But I found that sometimes you can create a static problem if you use the wrong kind of dust covers, unless you buy stuff that's actually made for synthesizers and electronic. I was using little throw blankets. They were like little mini throw blankets. And I thought maybe they were creating some kind of a static with them anyway. So I decided to ditch that idea. But yes, if you want to protect your synthesizers, you definitely want to get a adequate dust covering. But there's something else I want to talk about in this video today about keeping your synthesizers safe and protecting them, and that is be careful who knows what you have. I can't tell you how many stories I've heard of people bragging about their synthesizers, talking about their synthesizers, and then they're telling people who are honest they're never going to do anything, they're never going to rob you or anything like that. But those people in turn are excited, and so they're mentioning it to other people who may in turn mention it to others who may not be so honest. Before you know it, the word gets out that you have, thousands of dollars worth of equipment at your house, and then one day when you're not home, they have the opportunity to, come in and help themselves. So I think it's very important that we don't tell a whole lot of people what we have, where it's at, how much it costs. If somebody is not interested in synthesizers, I don't even bring it up to them. There's no purpose in discussing a topic that people are not excited about, in my opinion. I like to talk about subjects that people are excited about. That makes better conversation anyway, and it keeps my synthesizers a little bit safer. The other thing about keeping synthesizers safe, and these are all tips that, I practice. I mean, you guys, I'm sure, have your own tips and your own ideas, and that's what the comment section is for. So yeah, tell us what you're doing. I'm going to miss probably half the stuff that you guys do or more. But for me, I limit who comes into this room, okay? Absolutely nobody but authorized personnel are allowed in here. My wife is allowed in here, and one other person besides myself. That's it. Nobody else. This room is completely off limits. So yeah, limiting the people in your studio is a very important rule, at least in this household. Locks on the studio, of course. I mean, that's like a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised how many people don't have locks on their studio. Now, I understand that these last two tips is going to be difficult for people who are, who are in need of space. Maybe they're doing this out of their living room, their bedroom, or something like that, in a location where there's a lot of traffic. Unfortunately, for those who are doing that, this tip isn't going to help you at all because you're going to have traffic coming through there. So I think the most important thing for me right now is to talk to you about why my synthesizers are not on. And that is because I wanted to show you this little gadget right here. And I picked this up at a local retail store, and it has 3 buttons on the top and 3 on the bottom, and the buttons are on and off, labeled, precisely as to what they do. And then in the wall sockets, I have the receivers of this transmitter. This is a transmitter. And when I click on, the receivers that are plugged into the wall are in turn plugged into, well, I should say my power strips and my power protectors and my amps and my synthesizers are all going in to separate receivers of this device. And when I click these on, the power comes on. I'll just demonstrate it right here. I'm going to turn on this one here. And of course, nothing happens because I pushed the wrong button. I'm going to turn this one on. And you'll see that these start to light up. I'll go ahead and click the second button. And you'll see that these will turn on. And the ones behind me are already turning on because I pushed that button first. But the important thing is, and I don't know, I could be totally wrong about this, but I get a little bit paranoid about what's going to my synthesizers when they're not being used. And I've been noticing, or I had noticed in the past, that my wall warts to some of my synthesizers, well, to all of my synthesizers, would still be warm even when the synth was off. And, I've had more than one person tell me, well, it's drawing power. That's the only reason why it would be warm. And that makes total sense. Now, I don't know if it adds life to it or not, but I just feel better knowing that there is a circuit that is broken between the synthesizers and the wall outlet, that there is no power flowing into the wall warts or the other synthesizers. Anyway, that's today's video. What do you guys think? I do have a synthesizer on the way, by the way, I do. Look me up on Facebook, James Drone, and you can guess what it is. I've got a little post up there. It was made in 2006. That's when it was released, and it is a virtual analog synthesizer. What is it? Anyways, that should keep you busy for a little while. On my James Drone profile on Facebook, you will see that there is a post, and you guys can hook up with me there and leave your comments. I don't think you have to, I don't think you have to be a friend to leave a comment there. But check it out. Leave a comment. The winner gets a heart from me on the comment section. Keep calm and synth on.